This episode is powered by Pod Decks. Pod Decks are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Pod Decks. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddex.com and type in coupon code. What's the code?
It's P3 Show.
Yes, that's the code. Check out poddex.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
This is hallowed ground. This is the moon. This is not, in fact, Sparta.
Oh, man.
Welcome to P3. 5 picks to create the perfect package. It's time for the Perfect Package Podcast. Here are your hosts, Chad and Dave.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The rest of you. This is P3, the Perfect Package Podcast. It's time for another Perfect Package. I'm Chad.
It's your boy, Dave.
We made it. We're on the moon.
I mean, technically, we made it. We haven't stepped on the surface quite yet, and I'm very confident that at this point, between the two of us, there are some people who want us to stay on the moon, and they'll head home.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so we have arrived on the moon. Now, whatever shall we do?
It's a great question, isn't it?
Sounds like a theme.
Sounds like maybe it's something we should talk about.
This week, part 3 in our ongoing saga. Part 3 of our 48-part series that is... Can you imagine if we did 48 parts of this horse shit? Anyway.
I would be so excited. I tell you what.
I just want to see what we'd come up with for the other 43 parts of this.
It would be some solid nonsense. You know
Oh,
what?
absolutely.
Be some real serious nonsense.
So this week, part 3 of our ongoing P3 in Space series installment. I don't know. I always get confused on that. Anyway, it's part 3. We are doing the perfect moon vacation.
Yeah. So, first and foremost, I'd like to say that if you're with us up to this point and you think that this vacation is silly, I'd like to say to you, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Because if you're taking a vacation to the moon, you're a crazy person, right? You're Elon Musk levels of, fuck it, let's go to space on a lark. So some funky shit's gonna go down if you're on a ship with those kinds of people. That's it. That's all. Just saying. Just be prepared for this. On the day we actually do get full on space flight, and people are just like getting weird with it.
And if you're here tonight, whenever you're listening, part 3 in the series, you have no idea. We're still got 2 more. Holy Jesus. You thought it was silly now.
We are not done.
Just like a voice from late night television, but wait, there's more.
I was always a fan of the but wait, there's more. Mostly because, like, you sit there and it's always on a commercial. So I'm imagining, like, you're seeing this 1980s ass commercial where everybody's got a fake smile plastered on their face and they're just like, what? We can go to the moon? And then, like, there's this shitty spaceship on a string, like, going across a black background. And then, of course, at the end, but wait, there's more. And everybody's just like, what?
And this is the perfect series for that. It's like, you saw Chad and Dave pack for a trip into space. You heard the creation of the ultimate space travel vehicle. You heard what they did on the surface of the moon. But wait, there's more.
Impossible.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it pretty much is impossible, but
Yeah, well, fair enough.
you'll love where we're taking it. I think you're going to love where we're taking it. Speaking of where this is going, Thursday, July 16th, we'll be back at Miss Pillion River Brewing, coronavirus permitting.
You know?
They're starting to lock stuff back down.
Well, you know.
Hey, you know what? We did one there in full lockdown, so be it. Let's do it.
If people could chill some, it wouldn't be so bad. But people didn't want to chill.
Put your fucking mask on and chill out.
It's like, no, I have rights. Yeah, you do. But come on, guys. This is just like,
holy buckets, man. Any hoozles.
you know what, the one that the one that got me was God, the tennis player. Oh shit. I'm gonna get it mixed up with the Eastern European basketball player, and that's not nice. But basically this dude is out straight partying, shirts off, bumping music, shoulder to shoulder with his crew, and come to find out he and like 6 of his crew get the coronavirus, and he can't play tennis anymore. And it's like, come on, man. Like, if you get it and you just were like, I wanted to go out to a restaurant after being cooped up for so long, that's one thing. But when you get it because you're just like, I'm going to go out and party with my friends. Shirts off.
Jeans on, team strong.
Ooh. Just so happy with himself.
Oh my God. So, the perfect moon vacation. Any thoughts heading into this?
I have a few. I had a bit of a struggle with this one. After initially thinking, oh, I got this in the bag, right? I had like 2 ideas, and then I was like, wait. Because then I realized it's the fucking moon. There ain't shit there. I've seen it all from here, man. It's not a whole lot going on. So I'm like, all right, we got to make this fun on our own. This is not, I mean, the moon presents a few opportunities that we then have to build on, right? There are certain features of the moon that you got to go, all right, we got this. That means we can do these things. So that's what I had to do with this set. I think it turned out pretty okay. I'm pretty happy with my choices. What about you?
I think my list is okay.
All right. A solidly mediocre list. That's what everybody turned up for.
100% across the board.
It was a list. It was a list.
You're not going to top the last 2, but maybe. Who knows? Anyway.
Keep in mind, though, we do still have the amenities from the ship and also our comfy hoodies and guns.
No ammunition.
No ammunition, of course, but we've got guns.
Oh, so I think it's your turn to kick this off.
Okay. I can do that. Here's what I'm thinking. All right. Now, I'm going to start simple, right? I'm going to start very simple. It's something that I think everybody would want to do on the moon for one reason or another. I feel like this might be it might be the wrong direction to take. I feel like it's kind of rude what I'm about to do. And you let me know. But I'm just going to take playing sports across the board. Like, I don't want to take all of them, but I'm kind of taking all of them, right? Because baseball, golf, football, high jump. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I could have just said one, but they all have the same premise.
Fucker.
Look, they all have the same premise. Fundamentally, you're doing this because of the low gravity. You're like, I'm knocking all of them out of the park. You're doing this because I can jump the highest I've ever in my life and come down gracefully. It's just like, you got to play sports on the moon.
Behind the scenes magic.
Mm-hmm.
Before we hit record tonight, I said, I've only got 5 things on my list. They're not great, but I would put Vegas odds on the fact that we're not going to have any crossover. And then Dave shows up, and this motherfucker just knocked 2 of my picks out.
You had 2 separate playing sports picks?
They were widely different. There's one I'm going to play jazz with, and we're still going to put them on there. Okay. We're going to put one on there. So I will not comment on yours yet.
All right. We'll revisit it when we get to whatever you're putting up.
I'll do it next so we can.
All right. So what do you got?
Depending on when this trip happens, perhaps this is the reason we went there. I would like to see the Winter and Summer Olympics hosted on the moon.
Oh, shit.
I want to see skiing through the craters. I want to see a ski jump in space, track and field.
These are fundamentally different, okay?
Yes.
So I think these are okay to both be on the list because one is I'm out here with my fucked up knees trying to, do the long jump, and I'm okay because I weigh 1/6 of what I normally do. I'm like feeling strong out here. The other is watching world-class athletes, the top of their ability out here competing with, again, a lower limitation. Some of their sports are going to get harder. Some of them are going to get easier.
Running would be difficult. I mean, they can get the little hop in there, but distance running, you'd get worn out.
Honestly, I think you might get some crossover. Your long jumpers who are used to that stride and keeping their momentum going forward and coming down like that, they might be your new distance runners. Like, I know how to do this. I got it. Triple jump. I know how to make this happen. Olympics on them. God damn. And also, it's like the most neutral territory, right?
There's no home field advantage.
None. Nobody can be like, oh, you've practiced in these facilities before. Bitch, it's the moon. Some of the more wealthy athletes could, if we're talking about this being commercial, they could take vacations to the moon and train out here. Get used to it. That could be a real competitive advantage that you normally don't have.
And you've got to think like the disadvantage that teams have when they're playing in places like Denver, where you're at a high altitude. How's that going to impact athletes?
Yeah. So what's the rig here? I don't think we've established this yet. Are we on the moon, and are we talking about creating these sort of bubbles where we can operate normally, unencumbered by gear, but we still have our low gravity because it's the moon? Or are we talking like, modern realistic spacesuits where it's all bulky and shit? Or are we talking like futuristic skin suits with like some sort of hyper pressurized oxygen tank that's really like tiny but manages to keep you oxygenated for hours on end? What kind of environment are we vacationing in here?
I'm thinking bubble towns.
Bubble towns. That's my favorite. I want people to be unencumbered by and limited by what they're wearing and having to have all this stuff on. I want sweaty athletes, but I want low gravity. And I want to be able to see it. I still want to be able to see Usain Bolt smiling at everybody as he like absolutely destroys. All right, I'm in. I respect it. I'm honestly upset that I even said sports in the first place. It's not as good. It's not as good. Hell yeah. Damn yeah. All right. Well then, I'm going to lead into my second pick, which actually kind of goes along with both of our picks, probably even more towards yours, there needs to be a crater-based spa, right? I want hot springs. Not natural, obviously, the moon is not warm, but I want unnatural hot springs where they fill up craters with like mineral water and you get to just relax in a crater, laid out. Because yeah, you could just have a regular old hot tub, but this is the moon. We got natural dents here. There's probably some sort of crazy minerals in moon rocks. I want some sort of goop level nonsense where they tell you that being on the moon and bathing in moon minerals is going to help you to, I don't know, help your T levels and cure your erectile dysfunction. You just see a bunch of like middle-aged dudes like laid out in the water, getting their testosterone up somehow. I want that
with
spot.
a like moon rock massages.
Oh hell yeah! Like hot stone massage, but it's moon rocks. There's a whole level of like, what do they call that shit? With like, it's not alternative wellness, not like the crazy stuff, but it's just like, it's the middle ground between essential oils will cure cancer and, you know, people who don't use that shit at all. I can't remember what it's called. It's gonna bug me for a while. But like acupuncture falls in there and
Holistic medicine.
Holistic. Thank you. That's why we work well together.
Not an English teacher.
But yeah, I want a holistic moon spa. I want to hang out there in a sweet, sweet moon hot tub.
So we've got so far some pretty cool experiences.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, this was originally going to be my first pick.
Okay.
And I think where I'm going now is if you think of travel to any location, you have your one basic bitch spot where every tourist goes. If you go to San Francisco, everybody and their dog has got to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. You know, you go to Hollywood, you got to see the Chinese Theater, you got to see the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, I get you.
So a nice little day excursion to hang out. If we're going to the moon, a trip out to see the Apollo landing site.
That is some basic shit.
But you got to have it.
I mean, you got to go.
Always got to be somebody in that group that's like, I want to go see the flag that's probably not there anymore.
Yeah.
The flag that probably got vaporized when the lunar module took off to get off the moon.
They put a new flag up and it's pristine and they put a little plaque at the bottom.
This is not the original.
This is not the original flag.
And it's kind of like when Kate was on and was talking about, the Salem witch trials. It's like the actual flag was about 40 miles from here. The actual flag is underneath the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah. It's down there for good luck. That gives America home field advantage. USA, USA.
Yeah. So that's my second pick. The Apollo landing site.
That one's going to be super packed all the time. And you're going to have like shitty kids running around. You're going to have like dummies like you and me who got dragged there. We're pretending like we're not interested. We're like, oh my God, seriously, we go into the thing. And then we get there and we're just kind of like, all right, this is pretty cool. And then we do dumb shit like Sparta kick each other in the craters. And then the rest of our
And then you're like, I'm like, Dave, come over here for a minute. And you're like, Superman. Superhero landing.
We're going to need first aid kits because we underestimate the hell out of how absolutely rocky the ground is. We're doing Superman landings and even at 1/6 of the weight, it shit still hurts. It's like, ow, I'm bleeding.
Medic.
They got him. They got him everywhere. You know people are hurting themselves on the moon, fucking jumping around like idiots the first couple hours they're there.
But yeah, you said it though. This place is going to be packed with people and so many kids. If we get to the point where we're doing tourism to the moon, they're going to need people to work at those facilities.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have kids. They're going to have schools.
Yeah.
That's going to be the Smithsonian of field trips on the moon. Everybody has to go.
Everybody has
every year.
Oh my God.
From like second grade up.
Yeah, you go back.
Yeah.
And they only have new exhibits every like 2 years or so, or at least it feels like that. They have new exhibits all the time. You don't get to see them because your class only gets to see like the first couple areas because it's so fucking big. And that's the same areas that they keep static. And you're like, can we go see this other one? There's like a really cool one back there. No, you have to stay with the group.
And then it's going to be like pictures all over Instagram of people holding their arm out, taking a picture so it looks like they're holding the flag.
Oh, yeah. Like those leaning tower pictures where they're just like holding it up. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be so much of that. Hell yeah. Basic bitch place to go. But it's packed and everybody's still having a good time. Oh.
And the two of us are getting talked to by security.
Yeah. Gentlemen, please. There are children around. They're going to do.
This is hallowed ground. This is the moon. This is not, in fact, Sparta.
Oh, man. Okay. God, I love it. I love it. For my third, I'm going to go with something that I enjoy doing here on good old Earth, but I think would be even more fun on the moon. It's kind of similar to the whole sports angle. It's because of the low grav. It's because of the terrain. But I want to have some buggy races. I want to have some sort of, like, not just a single circular track. I want them to like mark out a sweet path and you get in the buggies and you go ham. And it's like, it could be, if if you're on a trip with your buddies, each of you get your own like Dune Buggy and they're just like, all right, who can get over to that big old moon mountain first? And you're just like dipping and dodging through craters. Somebody like you're ramping over one. I want buggy races.
I fucking hate you.
Are you serious? Did you have buggy races?
I had extreme off-roading ATV adventures.
Hey, man.
This is what happens once you hit 40 episodes, is we're now like synced up now and we can't have stupid fucking picks anymore because we fucking nail them.
We think the same stupid shit.
Fuck, man. Either that or we just hit a topic where we're both like locked in because
this is what I want to do.
We'll see what happens next week.
Oh boy.
So, damn, man, that is a great one. But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too.
Because again, a lot of the danger it's still there, right? But like a dune buggy flying through the air on the moon, you probably have a much higher chance of flipping. But
who cares?
Who cares? Dude, this shit's going to be awesome. You're just like ripping it up across the moon at high speeds. I want to jump a crater. I might not make it, but if I got the money to go to the moon commercial on a commercial flight, I think I'm good to go to pay for a busted up buggy. I don't know if I'm rich enough. I might bring one along. This is my personal Dune Buggy. I
think it'd be fun. That'd be real fun. And I think you should, I'm thinking like a death race situation where you like Mad Max out the cars and it's like kind of a bumper car thing.
Like you got
bump the other buggies and launch them into craters. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think it'd be fun. That's why I said extreme.
Oh yeah. I'm with it. I'm with it. Like you got the regular races for the people who are like, I want to drive around the moon and see the sights. And then you got like ones where you got to sign a waiver.
And the waiver is thick.
Oh, yeah.
It's like War and Peace thick. Yeah.
It's like, you could read this, you won't, because you're the type of reckless who's just like, fuck it. I know that you're trying to tell me that if I die,
The signature's at the top of the contract because it's like, we know you're not going to read this.
Nope. And you know enough to know this means that at the end of this, no matter what happens, they're not liable.
Right.
Yeah. They're not even going to come find your body. Unless they detect that your buggy is still in working condition, in which case they'll go to salvage that. And if you're still close by, maybe they'll grab you. Maybe.
I like it.
Oh, shit. That's a part of the experience when you roll by the desiccated bodies of the people fucking wiped out.
It's like Mount Everest. They use the dead bodies as markers. You gotta turn right at old Green Boots over there.
Oh, shit. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right.
So my third pick, I don't know the physics behind this, but I think it would be fun to find out. An amusement park.
Oh, wow.
What are the physics of a roller coaster, and how much more can you do when the whole take on gravity is changed?
Well, like, part of what's exciting but also limiting on a roller coaster is like the physics of when you start tossing people around, you're putting too much stress on their bodies, you're putting too much stress on the roller coaster. I think with less gravity, that means you could do some more wild shit with your roller coaster.
You know, you'd have to speed them up to compensate for the lack of gravity making things go. So, I don't know. It could be awesome or absolutely terrifying.
I mean, aren't the best roller coasters absolutely terrifying?
Yeah.
I mean, in a good way. Like, I remember being on rickety wooden roller coasters and being like, this isn't fun. I'm going to die. But, like, when you get tossed all around on a roller coaster that you're like, this bitch is sturdy as hell. I'm not going to die, but my brain's not going to remember that for the 2.5 minutes that this bitch is going.
So I think we needed an extreme amusement park.
Cause think about those, like the carnival rides where they like bungee you just back. You're sitting in the seat and they just pull you back and slingshot you up and you just wah, 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 up and down a bunch of times. That in low grav. Shit.
I almost said bungee jumping.
Really?
Instead of an amusement park.
I think bungee jumping would lose some of its flair.
Yeah, because you're not going to fall as fast. And you're already bouncing when you walked over to it. So, but I think an amusement park might give us some interesting things to do.
I think an amusement park would be super fun. I think it'd be great. Again, the rides are the most important part, but you still got to fill it out with all the other like moon bullshit, like moon ice cream and moon turkey legs for you to eat. You're like, this is the same shit I would get back home.
Turkey legs. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, fourth pick, what you got for us?
So now we get a little weird. Okay. Now we get a little strange. And I think you're going to like this one. I hope it's not something that you've taken. I don't think I can take any more of yours.
I hope you don't, because I'm making shit up. I'm like, I was saying bungee jumping's back on the board.
I'm going to go with the part of the moon that people don't know a ton about. And we're not just exploring the dark side. We have a whole, and maybe we can connect this to the amusement park, right? We have the dark side horror experience. So like, you go on the dark side of the moon and it's like a haunted house. Like there's an area that you explore and we got people dressed up as aliens. We got like ravines that you can fall into. and like they got a tracker on you. They'll come get you eventually. But just like terrifying the shit out of you when you can't see the sun. I think just going on the dark side, having this horror experience, it can be a camping experience. Like you go out there and you quote unquote spend the night, even though nighttime's forever. So like you have, you know, a different bubble set up out here, a little mini bubble where you set up your tents because it's cold as shit over here. And you gotta like, it's like a survival horror experience on the dark side of the moon. That would be fun as fuck.
I agree. You made me a little bit nervous, but we're good. We're good. I'm going to keep my order.
Okay.
But we're still good.
All right. But I think this appeals to a lot of people, right?
Absolutely.
There are people out here who like exploring haunted houses, who like being alone.
Real and manufactured.
Real and manufactured, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, for the people who are like, I know that they're going to be out here trying to jump scare me, like they'll still have a good time. And then there's just the environmental horror of the forever night and like being completely away from the sun, turned away from the sun forever. You can look up into the clearest night sky. Like that's fucking crazy. And not seeing the earth either. Yo.
We got to come up with a name for it. That might be a fun episode down the road is.
Yo.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Dark
it.
Side Horror
Always
Show.
Thinking. My next pick is nowhere near that.
Okay.
But we are going to capitalize on that endless night sky.
Okay.
Because I think that'd be nice. I know that the person accompanying you for this event would be perhaps one of the ladies you met on our vessel that we traveled in to get here.
Mm-hmm. She's holding my gun.
Mm-hmm. As she should be.
As she should be.
I think one of the highlights of a trip to the moon would be a nice romantic walk and watching the Earth rise.
Oh. Yo.
Say we just went from, you know, environmental terror in the eternal night, or, you know, a weekday in Alaska, as I like to call it. And we flipped it around to a nice romantic walk under the stars and watching the Earth rise over the horizon of the moon.
Man, I gotta say, I'm into it. 'Cause that's just... Whew.
That's a bucket list thing.
That's a bucket list thing. And also, you're 100% getting laid after that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, woo, that's a mood setter. Watching the Earth rise over the horizon as you take your walk. Under the stars. Clean sky. Everything's bright as fuck. Damn. Dude's out here spinning some craziness. Now,
So, yeah.
I think there's a tiny problem because one of my friends is a science teacher and she listens to this. So I got to point this out, but I can't remember if this is how it works. I know that one side of the moon always faces the Earth. So if that's the side, if we're on the dark side, then we would have to walk across that horizon to get the sun or the Earth to rise because we're always facing the same side. Yeah, because the moon's spinning, but it's spinning. No, because I can't remember.
Well, the corrections department will clear it up
Yeah,
for
corrections
us.
departments let us know. I think either way, if you were taking a walk, you'd be able to hit that point where you move from the dark side to the light side, and you'd be able to see the Earth do that. So you just have to walk in the right place. They'd set it up. They'd make it romantic. They know what's up. This company knows how to entertain. It's a full package. It's a perfect package, as a matter of fact.
There it is.
So they got it all set up. That's a move for the future wifey. You're like,
That's a proposal.
oh shit. That is a proposal. That's a you get to the end of that walk and you just as the moon comes over that horizon, you're just like, now's the time.
Knee drop.
I dig that one.
In this Superman pose. Ring.
Yeah, because if you're a fucking silly couple, you can do that too. Where like you have some sort of helicopter over and you just jump out. Ring. You'd still hurt yourself. I don't know how that works. I don't know how falling from high heights works. I know it's low gravity. I don't know. It's not no gravity. You might still fucking hurt yourself.
Yeah. All right. So what's your fifth and final pick?
So speaking of what you said earlier about when you get to 40 episodes together, stuff starts to rub off. And this one I can't describe it anything more than a jigsaw pick. Okay? It's a jigsaw pick. And I wanted to find something else that wasn't this, but I enjoyed it too much and it made me giggle the entire time I was thinking about it. So it's here. All right? It's a wild card. It's out of the blue, but fuck it. This is the moon, right? We've got that dark side horror experience. Okay? Now, at the same time, I think that there could be fun in the opposite. Not in being scared, but in being the one who does the scaring. And so maybe again, as a part of this amusement park, we have a compound, right? An area that looks like the space station moon bases out of the movies, right? It's got all kinds of like high-tech doors. It's got like space in between them. You got like all kinds of crazy consoles with flips and switches and fucking screens, right? And I want there to be basically something akin to, the closest analog I can think of is a laser tag arena, but it's not. It's where you get to play out the going crazy out in space fantasy. And it's like a 1v5 manhunt game where like you show up, you have this whole compound. Like this is something that's for the wealthy folks. I'm not going to lie. You rent out this whole compound for you and your friends. There's some actors on site. They're the like other crew members, the red shirts that are just hanging around, engineers and all this other stuff. And then you get to go crazy. You get to like, one or multiples of you get to be like, play out getting space madness and just like slowly devolving into, being paranoid about aliens or there's some sort of parasite or whatever. And the people around you, the actors that like, one of them's going to show up one day with like all kinds of shit painted on their face so they look like they got some kind of growth and some sort of mold on them. And you just like freak out and you got like you got like laser guns and shit and you're trying to defend yourself and you're running from them across the bridge to some sort of reactor core that you got to turn on. I want to have the fantasy alien space movie compound that you get to fucking play out.
There is something, not verbatim, but there is something that I want to find out now if it still exists. And I'm sure it doesn't with current goings on, but we may have to go do this up in Pennsylvania. They have a 12-hour overnight paintball game.
Oh, shit.
That's a war scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you and your squad playing paintball all night. But it was paintball. So it's like you got to shoot people.
Yeah.
And if you got shot, it hurts.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I'd be 100% down to have this be a paintball situation where you just like, you got, paint pistols, paint knives, you got some sort of paint submachine. You just like,
that's fun shit, though. God damn. I'm going to have to look it up to see if it still exists. I mean, this has been shit. It's a good 15 years ago that I did this, but fuck, that was fun as shit.
I just want, I want a crazy space experience.
I'm down with that. I think that's fun. My final pick is going to be the one that salvages what you've destroyed of something that could be spectacular on the moon. I think this is for everybody.
Okay.
Because who doesn't enjoy a good show?
Okay.
And what I would like to see is the Pink Floyd laser show.
Oh, shit.
On the dark side of the moon.
Oh, no. How did I not think of that?
Laser Floyd, dark side of the moon.
Are you like, okay. Dark side of the moon on the dark side of the moon. Laser show. Oh, wow. I just think that the laws of the moon have to be more lax. Because if you're doing dark side of the moon on the dark side of the moon with a laser show, you also need to be like on some moon rocks or something. You gotta be
something.
You gotta be altered in some way, shape, or form. Because this is crazy. That is for everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody can participate. Everybody can get into it. I feel like even people, because I've noticed this. Now, mind you, I wasn't originally a like Pink Floyd fan. I wasn't necessarily into that type of music until I was able to enjoy it in its proper environment. You know, you can't just be like, I don't know. I mean, once you know what it is and you know where it comes from, then you can enjoy it anywhere. But it wasn't until I was at a music festival and I was around other people who are jam band fans, around other people who are into that type of music, and their vibe into it, not as, oh, this is a song and I know this song, but rather the experience of it and being around the other people and enjoying the way that they flow into each other and the technicality of it and all that other stuff. It wasn't until I really like got into that where I was like, oh shit, I like what this does to my brain. And then I was able to enjoy it other places because it like triggers good memories. And I think that's a big part of it. And you create this memory of dark side on the dark side with lasers and shit. That's a memory that people are going to take home. And every time they hear some shit, they're going to just be like, ah, man, you remember when we were chilling on the dark side, listening to Floyd? Fuck.
I know some people that would make the trip just for that.
Oh, yeah. 100% I know some people who would do that.
Shout out to Eric from Miss Pillion.
Our guest from last week, the Will Ferrell. He would certainly make that trip.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So, to recap, you went first and took Playing Sports, the Crater Spa, Buggy Races. I called it Dark Side Horror Nights, and Hostel, the Moon Edition.
Yes, exactly. You got it. You get it.
I went second. I took the Olympics.
Way better than my sports pick. Way better than my sports pick.
The Apollo landing site. Now, as we've been going through this, something else that popped in my head related to that,
mm-hmm.
They have reenactors doing the moon landing.
Of course they do.
On the anniversary, they have people that go out and act it out.
Oh, my goodness. Of course they do.
Of course they do. And I think that might be part of the amusement park that I picked third. A romantic walk, watching the Earth rise. Oh. And Laser Floyd on the dark side of the moon.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Look, I'm not going to denigrate any of your previous sets of picks on any of our episodes, but I'm going to tell you, I think that was the single most solid set of picks I've ever heard from you.
And I made up half of them.
Yeah, man.
During this one.
For having taken some of your picks, you fucking nailed it. I would do all of those things 100%. They would be top of the list.
I would do all of yours except for play sports. Fuck that.
You don't want to smack a baseball into orbit?
I want to kick a football into orbit.
Yeah, you just kick the shit out of it and you're like, yeah, look at that bitch fly. I could be in the NFL. Like, no, you couldn't. Sit your ass down.
I want to body slam somebody and watch them bounce.
Yes. You would feel so powerful. Think about it. Somebody who weighs
That's right up there with This Is Sparta.
somebody who weighs 200 pounds, you just lift them up over your head at that point and slam them into the ground.
And watch them bounce.
Backyard wrestling on the moon?
Oh, shit.
Backyard wrestling on the moon.
What do you have for the lovely people listening tonight?
You know what? I'm actually a bit inspired by you this evening. I'm going to say, for you folks out there, while we're still on Earth and not yet capable of taking our commercial trip to the moon, don't underestimate the possibility of taking your significant other for a walk under the stars. They might not be as crystal clear, but damn it, it can still be beautiful. Remember, one of the girls I dated, we were illegally on somebody's beach property. And we watched the sun come up on the beach. And let me tell you, it was fucking awesome. And it did not require being on the moon, although that shit would be great. Find somebody you care about and go for a romantic walk somewhere. Make a day of it, make a week of it. Find a place to go do it that's cool and that you both enjoy and that you can see some beautiful sights. And then bone out in nature, man. Just do it. Have a good old time, bone out in nature under a beautiful sky.
Check in with us July 16th, Miss Pillion River Brewing, 7 o'clock start time. We will be recording part 4 of our space series. Remember, I don't say it enough because the guy says it at the end. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. And tell a friend if you haven't already. Get your friends listening so you have something to talk about. Mm-hmm. The highlight of my week is getting to go and talk to people that I know that listen to this just to say, validate my existence. Tell me I was funny.
Tell me I'm pretty.
Tell me I'm still relevant in the world.
Yeah, like in between those times, I just have to sit in my mirror and put my lipstick on slowly and carefully while I tell myself, you're still beautiful, you still got it. But if I can get it from other people, it's even better.
So thanks for listening, everybody. And until next time, if there is a next time, we'll talk to you then.
Deuces, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Perfect Package Podcast.
Perfect Package Podcast?
Do you have an idea for a future topic? Shoot us a message via Twitter, Facebook, or even Instagram. We are P3 Show across all platforms, or visit our website at p3show.com. Remember to subscribe to the show and spread the love with a perfect 5-star review. Otherwise, we may start to think you're a hater. Thanks for listening, and tune in next time for a brand new episode of the Perfect Package Podcast.
Pickle Piper Pecker, Perfect Pecker Pod Package.